Hello, I'm Kev and today is Easter Sunday, which for normal families probably means chocolate eggs, maybe having a family meal of some kind. In theory, it means that for us as well, but because it's Easter and not a normal Sunday, it means a change to routine. If any of you are wondering what's the issue with a change of routine, allow me to refer you to the video that's up in one of the corners now, which was the last time we had a significant change of routine for a special event, which was my dad's birthday back in February, when we went to his house on the wrong Sunday. Autistic middle child, oh, we use names now, don't we? Andy struggles with changes to routine, and because it's Easter Sunday, the girls are with us too, but they're going back to their mums for an Easter barbecue this afternoon. We normally go to my dad's on the Sundays when he's with us. We're still going to do that, but rather than going for tea, we're going at lunchtime. He has been told he's on board with it at the moment. He is having his double dose of his medication, so hopefully it's not going to be as big a deal as it was back in February, but there is still the possibility that when it comes to like 12:30 and we try and leave, when we normally leave at 4:30, that we could have a problem. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. There's a reason I'm hiding in the garden and doing this. I don't want him to hear any of it. But other than that, Merry Easter one and all. Eggs. We're here. He is just lying on the sofa underneath his weighted blanket. We're going to put this down as a victory for Prozac though, because 2 months ago we wouldn't even have got here. So the fact that he's here and sulking about it, that's actually progress. He's completely fine now, wants to go to the church. We'll go to the church after this. It's 2 o'clock, we've been here like an hour and a half. No problem at all. Routine change, well done medicine, time for exchanging Easter eggs, which apparently is happening in there. We're left out. Discrimination. We don't mind, do we?
Yeah.
Exactly, we're fine. Them lot are mean. Think they've forgotten we exist. Very sad. The important thing though is just they're the eggs we bought for them, so me and them will just eat them if no one else comes in here and gets involved in the festivities. I think it's because they're afraid of you lot. No, they stay in here.
I'm giving them.
No, they can come in here.
Why?
Because otherwise Rupert is excluded from the process, and that's not acceptable.
Guys, like Callum, Grandad, Zoe, come get your eggs. Zoe, you've been told you can choose what egg you want first. Dad, look, Kit Kat ones.
Which do you want, Andy?
Andy, look at the eggs.
Oh, Whisper.
Do you want a red one or the blue ones?
That one, that one.
So,
Amy, stand somewhere else.
Hey, Andy.
they're for you and Anna.
Thank you.
Splendid.
Bob, are you going to have the Kit Kat one?
Obviously, because I'm not a girl.
I was going to make little cakes and put those little eggs on.
Oh yeah, mini eggs.
But when I went to get some mini eggs yesterday afternoon, I couldn't find them.
All gone.
So that idea went out of the...
Muffs grown on the...
Whisper's with caramel.
Sorry to interrupt, I just saw the rat that he's got on the top of his camera.
A raccoon.
On his camera on the table.
I have a
Dead cat.
Yes.
Are you time lapsing?
No.
I have a lot of.
What are you filming?
I filmed the exchange of Easter eggs.
You're still filming now?
Yeah. In case something hilarious happens.
Kit Kat.
Do we tell you a hilarious joke?
No. Right, that's the cue to turn this off. They're going to the church. The gate on it is closed. I guess church is closed on the afternoon on Easter Sunday. Who knows? I know nothing about all this kind of thing. You'll notice, if you can see him there in the distance, he's not holding his 2DS. Very unusual for him, but he's fallen out with it. It may be the start of a bit of a problem. Basically, the SD card got corrupted. He didn't like it. It wouldn't record for like half an hour. We fixed it, but he's already decided in his head he was broken. Up until about 4 years ago, he always used an iPod Touch for his filming, dropped it, smashed the screen, and even though he had two, because we always had a spare on hand, the fact that one of them was smashed meant that he's never touched an iPod Touch since, even though he has one that's completely fine. So now as it stands at the moment, he's got nothing to film with, which means he struggles with the whole processing of all this stuff. When we go out, he experiences it, but then goes home and can't re-experience it, which is what he uses the camera for. He's using the vlog for that a little bit, but I think we might have to go camera shopping for him. But we've tried flip cameras before. He's got an iPad, but we don't really want him to bring that out and about. A new DS might be an option, but if the iPod is an example to go by, DS's might be done for him. So watch this space. We will figure out something for him to film with, or else we're going to go back several steps. We done?
Yep.
Why are you carrying him? I know, I'm using the ring light again. I know it's a problem. Light in this room, on the whole, is a massive problem. I don't know if any of you watched my Patreon video that I did on the gaming channel yesterday, but I did it in front of this green screen with the lamps either side of me. Didn't use the ring light for that. I had planned to do a proper green screen video with some stuff going on behind me, but because the green screen is so big and there's so much of it on the screen and it's only the two lamps coming at it, it was lighting me, it was lighting most of the green screen, but the bit of the green screen directly behind me was still in shadow because I was stood in front of it. So I'm trying to come up with a solution for that. This doesn't really seem to work either. It looks like the ring light is lighting my face plus giving me the weird eyes, and then these two are still lighting the thing behind me. But I think what I probably need to do is take two of the other new lamps, put them behind where I'm standing, use them to light the green screen separately, and then have the other lights coming in directly at me, or even move these two back behind me and use the ring light to light me. But then I need some kind of magic method for not having them reflect off my glasses, which, I don't know, does that anti-reflective coating stuff that you get, will that stop that happening? I want reflections to go away. I guess it might. Might have to look into that. Let me know down in the comments if you have any idea how I stop the ring light causing this problem with my spectacles. The other option, of course, would be contact lenses, because if I do that, presumably it doesn't make my eyes go weird. I probably look weird because I'm not wearing my glasses, but at least it doesn't circle my eyes in such a weird way. In other news, the whole bank holiday thing and the last few days in general have completely ruined Sproglet. He came home from my dad's after we went to the church, came home, he's just gone straight to bed. He's fast asleep now. It's only 5:10. He's fast asleep. For the last 5 years, the routine, when we go to my dad's on a Sunday, and it's not every Sunday, it's roughly every other Sunday with some variation. The routine when we go there for the last 5 years has always been, we go to my dad's, he comes back, and then it's pretty much bath and bed, because we get back at 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish. Getting back at around 3 o'clock, he just doesn't understand why he's not going to bed, and it's the second time in 2 days that his bed routine has been broken, because he is obsessed with the National Lottery. I know they don't show the National Lottery on BBC One anymore, which was a problem in and of itself, but one of the game shows that used to be part of the National Lottery, I can't even remember what it's called, it was on last night. It's the one with the guy with the beard, who knows. But anyway, it used to be part of the National Lottery show, so he used to be able to watch that game show, watch the National Lottery and go to bed. When they stopped showing the lottery on TV around the turn of the year, they at least carried on showing that show in its normal time slot on a Saturday night, so he could watch that, moan a bit about the fact the lottery wasn't on, but he'd still watch the game show part of it and go to bed. Well, last night, because Doctor Who was back, they put that game show on at about 5:30, so by 6:30 he was ready to go to bed. I wish the world, what we need, that side of things, we need to resolve by just having a TiVo or something, some kind of TV plan. The thing is, he knows it. He knows when stuff's not happening live and doesn't agree with it. He still watches CBeebies every weekend. It's part of his weekend routine. There's a programme that has been on at 1 o'clock on a Saturday and Sunday, Squiggling or something it's called. But every Sunday, every Saturday, he would watch that with Anna. They'd sit together on the sofa, watch that show. It's not been on for the last 2 weeks, and again, it sets him off. Not into full-on meltdowns. We haven't really had a full-on meltdown since he's been on the medication, but it does kind of throw him off for the rest of the day. And I think there's been a lot of that in the last week or so. We've had the game show thing moving yesterday. We've had the time of day that we go to my dad's changing today. We've had when we picked him up from his residential place earlier in the week. Normally we pick him up from there, we go straight to the churches. But this time we picked him up, took him to the doctor and then on to the church, so that broke his routine a little bit as well. And every time you could see, and his initial reaction is, no, I'm not doing this, and then the medication kicks in, chills him out a little bit and forces him to do it. But I guess we're getting some kind of cumulative effect of all this stuff that he doesn't want to do building up, and it's just led to him going off to bed to decompress, I guess, and let it all out of his system. Which is fine. It's definitely preferable to the alternative, which is full-on meltdowns. But long term, I would like to think there's a way to manage the routine better, or make him less reliant on routine or less obsessed with routine. I know it's a difficult thing for an autistic child to do, to break away from routine, but he really struggles if anything's not exactly what he's expecting. To the point where he's also suspecting that we're up to something next week. Because I was off work all last week, he only saw it for a couple of days because he was off at his residential thing for the first part of the week. But when he was back, he was suspicious of me, because the last time I was at home with him on a weekday was back in February when we took him to school every day. Now, every day at the moment, he's saying, watch Frasier, watch Frasier, watch Frasier, because what he means by that is Frasier's on at what, 9 o'clock, 9:30 on Channel 4. So if he's still at home when Frasier is on Channel 4, then that means he's not gone to school. So at the moment, he's relying on that routine of watching Frasier every day. And already now, since yesterday morning, he's been saying to us, watch Frasier on Monday. And we say, yeah, you can watch Frasier on Monday. It's Easter Monday. Yeah, you can watch Frasier on Monday, but he's back to school on Tuesday. And he's also saying, watch Frasier Tuesday, watch Frasier Wednesday, watch Frasier Thursday, watch Frasier Friday. And he's going through it like that. And we're just kind of going, we'll see, maybe. Because when we got him to school during half term last time, the only way we really managed to do it was by not telling him that's where we were going. So we're going to try and do it that way again. But again, by taking him out to a church or taking him to somewhere that he wants to enjoy and then accidentally ending up at school on the way home, it's another thing that's going to disrupt routine. And I am a little bit worried that all the routine disruption is going to build up in him, and it's going to come to a head at some point, and it's going to be a situation that the build-up is maybe being masked by the medication, and I think we're probably due a massive meltdown. I just hope it's not this week, because in addition to trying getting him into school this week, I mean, that's not even the priority for this week. We're going to try. We're not going to be that stressed out if we don't get him there. The school aren't bothered if we take him or not. I think we've all acknowledged that we did it in February to prove we could do it. There's not really any long-term benefit to us doing it again now, because we can't keep doing it. We can do it from September, but after they've been back 4 days, I'm then back at work, so I have to stop taking him in again. So there's not really much long-term benefit to it, other than the fact it's another way of giving Anna a break. By getting him into school, getting him used to being back at school again. It obviously helps, but it's not the be-all and end-all. What is important this week, though, is that he's got appointments with both his paediatrician, who we've not seen for over a year, and he's useless usually, so we'll see how that meeting goes. But also he's meeting a dietitian for the first time, which could be incredibly important because of how limited his diet is. It's very much still just crisps. He's back on the crisps, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that to you. He still doesn't like the bags, but through a combination of probably being really hungry and maybe the medication taking the edge off a little bit, he's comfortable eating them if we take them out of the bag first. So that's what he's doing at the moment. But he's also started eating Rice Krispies and custard. Don't know why, but he likes it. So we're actually getting some vitamins and some calcium into him for the first time in years. And we're hoping that by meeting with a dietitian, we can build off that and try and get some other bits into him as well. I mean, he's not had any protein for 10 years, probably 5 years maybe. Does milk have protein in? He's not had milk for about 4 or 5 years. Guess there's a little bit in custard. Who knows? Anyway, that was a longer Sprogler update, a longer Andy update than I expected to give. What I actually came out here to do was continuing with my ongoing process, twofold, of making the studio look cool and trying to soundproof it a little bit, because there is still a little bit of an echo when I'm talking to the microphone when it's a little bit further away. So, you saw me buy these yesterday. I think these are just about perfect for soundproofing anyway. I didn't just buy them because they're cool, but these canvases spread out around the wall, it's just something other than bare brick, isn't it? And they're only a £5 each. It's a lot cheaper than buying the £120 rug we saw earlier in the week, although we probably do need to do something about the hard floor. What you should be able to see over there is I've started putting a couple of canvases up. So we've got some of these ones, there's another one over there. I'm just going to put a few more of these up, probably over there. The only problem is, this wall is the hardest substance in the history of the world. Watch this. So I have a nail, I have a hammer. I'm not going to be stupid enough to try and go into this brick. I don't know if you can see, we're probably too far away to be able to see that that nail is just completely bent. I'm going to try and go into the magic brick glue. I'm a very technical man. But the nails just sort of bend and rebound off. I guarantee what is about to happen. And I know it's going to happen, but I can't bring myself to not try it. This is going to bounce out of this and shatter that lens. I know it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Don't be surprised when it does. So, we'll have a picture somewhere up here. If we try and get that into the wall. And now it's just bent. Okay, so it only hit the garage door. That's good. What about this stuff? Do you reckon we could get a nail into that? Let's get another nail. There we go. I think this is where the cavity wall insulation was put in. But again, it's the hardest substance in the history of the world. That's sort of going in at an angle. It's wobbling a little bit, but hopefully it'll be enough to hold a picture. So let's have the Justice League playing snooker. Can go up there. Actually, that's not them playing snooker at all. That's the one in the house. This is Wonder Woman and Batgirl pole dancing. Because why wouldn't it be? There we go. That looks cool. Is there any more of that stuff? Kind of wanted to keep a lot of it on this wall so it looks cool on videos. But I guess we need to soundproof all over. If anyone has any recommendations for how to get nails into walls, let me know. Do I just need to buy proper nails? I mean, look at the state of this. Bent. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to go and buy some proper nails before I put up the other two new ones, which are really cool. But I'm already getting shouted at by Anna because I'm banging on the walls when he's asleep upstairs. Sometimes, even though I'm an intelligent man, logic doesn't quite work the way you'd expect it to in my mind. So I'll stop banging. I'll go buy proper nails when the shops are open again tomorrow. We will make this room look cool. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. We didn't ask that yesterday and the response to yesterday's video was awesome. So it was kind of a little thrown together at the last minute because we forgot to vlog thing, but it seems eating random weird stuff was quite popular. So if you enjoyed it, let us know in the comments to this video if there's anything that you would like us to try next. I'm trying to convince them that scorpion lollipops are the way to go. They're not so keen. So yeah, like this one, let us know what you'd like us to eat next. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe, and if you've not entered the competition yet, head to lollujo.fm/giveaway for your chance to win the YouTube and Twitch gaming starter kit that has, amongst other things, these two things in it. Thanks very much for watching.